What is the sensational, unfiltered truth behind the global phenomenon that completely took the entertainment world by storm? Yalı Çapkını, Golden Boy. On screen, tens of millions of passionate viewers across South America, Europe, Africa, and the Middle East found themselves utterly captivated by the fiery, chaotic, and deeply emotional romance between Seyran and Ferit. Their on-screen dynamic didn't just smash local television rating records week after week. It utterly dominated global social media platforms, broke historical YouTube streaming records, and generated a level of international fandom obsession that Turkish television had simply not witnessed in decades. But behind the grand gates of the iconic Bosphorus mansion, away from the glittering red carpets, flashing camera lights, and carefully polished publicity campaigns, a far more intense, unpredictable, and explosive drama was constantly unfolding. From grueling, exhausting 18-hour filming marathons in the high-pressure environment of Istanbul and severe emotional burnout to ruthless paparazzi stalkers, backstage script wars, and private lives completely upended by media manipulation, the true story of Afra Saraçoğlu and Ramazan Demir is a high-stakes tale of fame, passion, psychological survival, and the dark cost of global success. Today, we open the secret archives of Yalı Çapkını to expose the hidden reality, the behind-the-scenes breakdown, and the scandal that no one saw coming. To truly comprehend how Yalı Çapkını transformed from a standard television project into an overnight global obsession, we have to travel back to the very beginning when the show was first pitched to network executives. On paper, the narrative outline appeared to be a conventional Turkish drama trope, a rich, spoiled, irresponsible playboy forced into an arranged marriage with a fierce, independent, and proud girl from Antep. However, the exact second Afra Saraçoğlu and Ramazan Demir stepped into their respective roles as Seyran and Ferit, an electric transformation occurred on set. The raw, unfiltered, and deeply electric chemistry between the two lead actors was so magnetic that it completely altered the original trajectory of the entire series. Viewers weren't merely watching two skilled actors reciting memorized lines off a printed page. They were witnessing an undeniable, visceral energy where the boundary between acting and real-life emotion completely dissolved. Crew members and production insiders quickly leaked that many of the show's most iconic, emotional, and heart-wrenching arguments were never fully written in the original shooting scripts. Afra and Mert were constantly improvising, feeding directly off each other's raw personal energy, intense eye contact, and unscripted physical tension. Within a matter of weeks, the SeyFer phenomenon was officially born, triggering an unprecedented wave of fan edits, viral TikTok trends, and international media coverage. But as the show's popularity exploded into an uncontrollable global frenzy, a dangerous, persistent question began to echo across every magazine cover and tabloid show in Istanbul. Was this magnetic bond simply world-class acting talent, or were two close friends secretly falling in love under the glaring lights of the production set? As the series continued to rack up record-breaking viewership numbers week after week, the real-life pressure placed upon Afra Saraçoğlu and Ramazan Demir escalated into an almost unbearable psychological burden. The aggressive Turkish tabloid media launched a relentless, 24/7 surveillance operation targeting both young actors. Paparazzi teams camped outside shooting locations, chased their personal vehicles through the congested streets of Istanbul, and analyzed every single public appearance, private friendship, and social media post down to the exact millisecond. Every late-night dinner, every shared laugh behind the scenes, and every short holiday breakaway from the set became explosive front-page news. The crushing weight of the SeyFer narrative forced both stars into a magnifying glass where their personal lives were continuously dissected by millions of passionate fans and ruthless entertainment journalists. Longtime personal relationships collapsed under the immense pressure of endless public speculation, while media outlets manufactured daily headlines regarding alleged real-life fights, secret breakups, and hidden romances. Imagine the psychological strain of working 18 hours a day in an intensely stressful environment, portraying deeply traumatic, toxic, and emotionally draining character arcs, only to step off the set and face a swarm of aggressive paparazzi demanding answers about your collapsing personal life. The fictional drama created for television had invaded their real world, and both Afra and Mert found themselves trapped inside a chaotic media circus that neither of them could easily escape. Behind the closed doors of the production set, the internal atmosphere was often just as tense as the media storm outside. The relentless corporate mandate to maintain top television ratings led to immense pressure on the writing room, directors, and production crew. Fans across the globe began noticing abrupt character shifts, sudden storyline rewrites, and erratic pacing throughout the episodes. Insiders close to the production reported frequent last-minute script changes arriving on set just hours before cameras were scheduled to shoot, leading to intense creative clashes, sudden directorial changes, and rising frustration among the cast members. Performing intense breakdown scenes, violent shouting matches, and devastating heartbreak on a daily basis left both lead actors in a state of absolute physical and emotional exhaustion. Eyewitnesses described days where the sheer emotional weight of the shooting schedule left Afra and Mert completely drained, needing time alone in their trailers to recover from the intensity of their performances. Yet, despite the backstage turmoil, the chaotic production schedule, and the deafening noise of the external media, the moment the director shouted, "Action," Afra and Mert turned all that chaotic energy into raw, captivating magic, delivering performances that defined a new era of Turkish television. Ultimately, the unprecedented phenomenon of Yalı Çapkını proved to be a complex double-edged sword. On one hand, it propelled Afra Saraçoğlu and Mert Ramazan Demir to the absolute pinnacle of international stardom, solidifying them as two of the most influential, talented, and sought-after actors of their generation. On the other hand, it exposed the brutal, unforgiving reality of the global entertainment machine, a system where intense chemistry, massive ratings, and corporate greed can completely consume the human beings behind the characters. Seyran and Ferit's romance will unquestionably go down in television history as one of the most passionate, tumultuous, and unforgettable love stories ever broadcast. But the true, most compelling narrative remains how two young actors navigated the brutal storm of global fame, survived relentless media exploitation, and managed to protect their craft despite all odds. Now, we turn question over to you. The true fans who made this show a global phenomenon. Was the legendary chemistry between Seyran and Ferit simply brilliant, masterclass acting, or did the overwhelming pressure of real-life feelings forever alter the course of their personal lives? Did the media obsession build their empire, or did it push them too far behind closed doors? Drop your wildest theories, thoughts, and opinions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep, unfiltered investigation into the secrets of Yalı Çapkını, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our next explosive reveal.